Yo, what up dudes? Welcome back to another episode of Raid Shadow Legends. Today, I'm gonna present to you a team built on full epics again. But these epics are god tier epics, I might add, that can take down hard mode dragon at stage 10. So, are you excited? I think I am. Okay, I would be. So people have been asking me to do to come up with a team for this. So this would be the team. Some of these are epics, you might already forgotten about them or even vaulted them. I myself have vaulted some of them, guilty as charged. Okay, the first one would be Ursula. Okay, I always get her name wrong. Ursula is crucial. Why? Because she is the main reviver of this team. Okay, but she also brings two of the most powerful defensive buffs in the game, which is increased defense and strengthen on the A3. Okay, book to a 5-turn cooldown. Understand that. Not many champions, especially epic champions, have strengthened buff. Okay, besides that, this skill, the A2, will bring decreased attack. Okay, decreased attack is very important when you are doing hard mode dungeons, especially at stage 10. The boss will hit like a super truck, whatever that means. Okay, the increased attack will not do much, but we want the decreased attack. Okay, takes a library of books, maybe like a billion books or something. The A1 does a decreased turn meter, but is not usable, not useful for the boss. Okay, brings a speed aura for the Doom Tower, but we will not be using her in the leader spot. Okay, the next goddess is none other than Venomage. Why? Because of her OP passive for an epic. When she places a heal reduction debuff, her passive will start to take in effect, which is to reduce the damage by 15%. Okay. The A3 for Venomage is on a 3-turn cooldown, will give 100% heal reduction to the boss, and also plays 2 poison debuffs, right? She is one of the best poisoners in the epic category. So besides the A3, she also brings a decreased attack. Okay, we don't care about the decreased defense. The decreased attack at the A2, which is on a 3-turn cooldown, very powerful. And let's not forget the A1. Do not underestimate the A1. The A1 has a good chance to activate poison debuffs. Okay? The next god, epic god, is none other than the solo king previously, Urogrim. Okay? Urogrim, what can I say about this guy? There's not much that I can further add to this guy, man. This is like the solo king back in the days, comparable to Bad Alcazar for the Dragon 25 on a normal mode. So what he brings is the A3 will bring 2 poison debuff to all enemies, very powerful in clearing the waves, and also heals all allies with a continuous heal buff. Very powerful. Also has a single target heal and cleanse at the A2, which is very strong. The A1 also has a good chance to land poison debuff for each hit. Okay, it's a 2-hitter. We will be using him for his speed aura, 20% speed aura in all battles. Okay, if you have blessing, of course you can give him some of these like Iron Wheel blessing, but it's not necessary. Okay, the next god is none other than Volgoth. Okay, I'm still confused on Volgoth's gender. So let's just call Volgoth as Volgoth. Alright, so Volgov for me is always a lazy man's healer because he is very slow and you can just throw him in and he will heal your team. As you can see, I did not even book him at all. I got 3 Volgovs, but this is my second Volgov. Did not book any of my Volgovs. We want him for this OP passive, which will heal the allies by 50% of the damage dealt to this champion. Okay, it's a massive heal, but it will reduce when you're fighting the boss. It's only like 25%. Okay, this passive we will not be using when this champion gets hit by anyone. He will have a chance to place the leech. Okay, very strong. The provoke is useful for wave control. The A2 is an AoE provoke. Okay, that's about it. The A1 is very good to extend the duration of a random debuff. Nothing much need to be said about this god. Alright, the final champion in the puzzle is none other than Geomancer, the god of gods. If there is such a thing. Geomancer is already a god everywhere in the game, and now he has proven himself to be god in hard mode, stage 10 dragon. Okay, you will see how he performs. So if you are new to the game and you don't know what Geomancer does, basically his money shot, the A3, is a single target HP burn. Okay, it might look like a simple HP burn, but when it will trigger his passive, right? When he latches the HP burn to a target, particularly the boss, he will deflect a lot of damage to the boss. Okay, and also deal additional damage equal to 3% of the target max hit point, which is huge for an epic. Okay, so his A2 will also have a chance to steal buffs from the target. The A1 is also good for the waves. Not a lot of damage, but the decreased accuracy is very good to control the poisons from landing on you. The wave for stage 10 consists of Venus and what's the other guy's name again? The poison guy. I forgot the name.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay. Okay, so let's take this team into a spin. Okay. Wait, it's not Spider Dan. Come on. Stage 10, okay. Let's go over the presets first. Okay. So Urogrim in the leader spot. He is freestyle. Okay. All default. Okay. For Usala, wave 1 will open with the A3 and then block it off. Okay. We will let her use the A2 to decrease attack. Okay. Same goes for the wave 2. For wave 3, we want to open with the A3 to give the increased defense and strengthen, and follow up with the A2 to decrease attack. Okay, we have multiple decreased attack champions in this comp, so it's all good. Volgov is whatever, right? The A2, just open with A2 and block it off for the waves, and just prioritize A2. This is like the laziest of the laziest man healing champions in the entire game. Alright. Okay, so Venom Mage will open with the A3. It's an AoE heal reduction and poison skill, and close it. Okay, we'll let her use the A2. A2 is a single target, decrease defense and decrease attack. For wave 2, however, we will block off the A2, open with the A3 and block it off, because we pretty much need her skills for the boss fight. So at the boss fight, she will start with the A3, prioritize the A3. Okay. For Geomancer, we want to keep the burn for the boss, so we are a bit stingy. We are going to use once the A3 and block it off for the waves. Okay, as you can see here, when it's boss fight, he is going to prioritize the A3 burn and follow up with the A2 to steal the attack up from the boss. Okay, let's see how the run goes. This is by no means the fastest run in the world, nor it's any type of speed run team. Okay, the wave will take time because there's not much of a poison activation, but it's doable with a bunch of epics. I tested this team with a sample size of 20 runs. I usually like to test my concept first before publishing to the public. All right, so let me quickly show the RSL helper results. Okay, so as you can see here, 20 runs. I'm not sure it's good enough or not for you. I could run longer, but it's starting to lag on my PC. The graphics starting to lag, so only 20 runs. Okay. Okay. So, okay, somebody died. Geomancer died. If anyone died here, particularly, it will be Venomage or Geomancer, but it's all Gucci. Usala will pick them up. Normally, I don't see Geomancer die, but this is the first time during a recording. Okay, it's fine. All right, pick them up. Okay, as you can see here, Vogov is gonna provoke them, gonna help the team take some damage and heal the team. We are in no danger whatsoever. Okay, so it's gonna take our time to whittle down the waves. Okay, now I remember the name. Chagor. Chagor is the poisoner along with Venus, and there's a cardinal there. So the Geomancer's A1, the AoE decrease accuracy, is helpful here to minimize the poison dealt to us. Okay, the MVP for wave clearing is obviously gonna be Urogrim, however you pronounce the name. He was a solo king back then. Now, I think it's very hard to solo stage 10 dragon hard mode, so it's not possible for him to solo. But he can bring some god friends. Okay, all these epics are god tier on their own right. Okay, like Ursula is really underrated, right? She is not only useful in the faction wars, but she is also a very strong reviver. Okay, not many champions can provide the strengthen buff. Like if you don't have Ursula, the closest replacement for her would probably be Tagore. I haven't tested Tagore, haven't built up Tagore yet. Tagore would probably fit the role because Tagore has a good revive and a good AoE heal. Alright, so took some time here. Hopefully you are not getting bored. We are in no shape of danger at all. Okay, so we are at the boss fight. Let me slow it down so that I can explain what is going to happen here. Alright, so Urogrim and Geomancer, Usala and Venomage, you pretty much need to make them go first. Okay, they will take a turn before the boss. So let's see. Joe will go first and land the burn, right? And Usala does a thing, Venomage does a thing. So this is how a little trick to tune and get the benefit of a damage mitigation going, so that you don't die early. Okay, so we got stunned, no problem. Volgov is there, the lazy man heal. Oh man, look at that. We are in no shape of danger. As long as we survive for 2 more times, we are good. Okay, you see Geomancer's passive dealing a lot of damage to the boss, right? The boss hits us and takes a lot of damage. So this is very good. It's usually Geomancer's thing. Okay. We are going to take down the boss easy. A bit of a long fight. Okay. Because I control their skills during the wave. Or else it'll be faster probably, but not consistent. Okay, we are in good shape. Going to take down the boss. Easy win. Alright, so this is a team idea for you. If you are particularly lacking in your roster, or you are still progressing, maybe progressing towards the late game, because you will need a good amount of stats for these champions, right? So let's quickly go over to the stats, the build and stats on how to build these champions. Okay, so for Usala, top priority for her would be bolster. The best build, the best set for her to have is bolster, because the shield that she provide at the start of the turn would help a bit during the boss fight. Okay, the shield will also absorb the poison damage. This is a tip for you. Besides that, regenerating her own hit point is also very crucial to keep her alive, because she's pretty much the only reviver in the entire comp. Do you need good gear? I would say that you need decent amount of stats. For speed wise, because you're using Urogrim, remember, if you're using Urogrim's speed aura, you can go around 235. Okay, minimum 235 speed if I'm not mistaken, because you need to be above total speed of 250. You need to be going faster than the boss. Okay, so she is reasonably tanky, good defense and good hit point, decent amount of accuracy to land the decreased attack. Okay, fully booked her skill. Takes a gazillion books. The mastery is not necessary. The blessing, sorry, the blessing is not necessary. Mastery wise, go with timely intervention, and rejuvenation is very important. Okay. Okay, so these are pretty much the masteries for Usala. Let's go to Venomage. Venomage in 2-speed set and perception. You can opt to use the what's the set again? Sorry, you can opt to use this set, Defiant set, if you have them. That will greatly make her more tanky, because she's the most squishy champions amongst the gods. Okay, one piece of ascended gear. Obviously, if you have ascended gear, you can opt to use them. Okay, these are the stats. I would advise generally go for a benchmark of 3,500 defense minimal and above 50k hit point for your champions. Okay. Besides Ursula needs to be more tanky. Accuracy wise, go above 350 accuracy. Okay, so she's at the minimal speed because of the Eurogrim aura. She can go before the boss. Okay. Mastery wise, War Master is not really that necessary. You can opt to go with a defense tree. It's optional for you. accuracy 3 is a must because she is going to land the heal reduction, right? So Venomage together with Geomancer passive, they come close to a Duchess passive in terms of damage mitigation. Eurogrim, okay, sorry to show you some Ascended gear pieces because I really don't have good regeneration gear that is not Ascended. Okay, so you don't have to get these kind of stats. If you have built Eurogrim for solo farming previously, you will probably get to minimum of a 350 defense, a 3500 defense, and a 60k hit point to heal. You don't need this kind of speed. 255 would be nice. 250, 255 would be nice. Above 350 accuracy. Okay. Fully book the skills. Why wouldn't you? He's a god. Mastery wise, go with Oppressor. This is still the solo mastery. And I did not change it. It's fine. Go like that. And obviously go with Rejuvenation. Rejuvenation and Blast Proof usually would work because the boss will always do AoE hits, right? Okay. Volgoth. Volgoth in a curing set, okay? This would counter the effect of only healing by 25% from the boss. They nerf this purposely when it's a boss fight. I don't know why. That's fine. We have curing set. Okay, curing set is a 20% bonus heal, so he's healing a lot. My curing set is not the best in the world. Ideally the boots should also be in hit point percentage. I really don't have it. Don't have other curing pieces anymore to go with the immortal gear, so I have no choice but to use this. Imagine not keeping curing set. Okay. Did not fully upgrade the gears. The stats are like this. If the boots were hit point percentage, it would be higher, obviously. You need a good amount of defense, but not too high. So 3k would be nice, just nice for Volgoth, because he needs to survive while healing. I know the usual build for Volgoth would be a lower defense and a butt ton of hit point for him or her to heal a lot. Okay, but for hard mode, you need a decent amount of defense. Okay. What can I say? The lazy man champion. Masteries, okay. I didn't book him or her, but you still need to do masteries. With Steadfast down to Elixir of Life. If you're not taking Elixir of Life, you can take I don't think Bulwark will be a good idea. We don't want him to be doing the ally protection because he's doing a lot already. If you take Bulwark, he might die easier, so it's not good. So I went with Elixir of Life, right? All the healing masteries to boost the healing. Okay. Last but not least, Geomancer. Ideally for this run, Geomancer has to be in deflection set to deflect the poisons. Alright. Stoutest Dragonbane is not the only game in town. We still have deflection set. Okay. I don't have really good deflection set to reach the minimum speed required, so I can't showcase it in deflection set. So these are the stats. So I built my Geomancer rather uniquely. He has a lot of defense, just enough to meet the accuracy requirement. Good enough hit point to survive. How do I do this? Look at that. My banner is not even accuracy banner, it's defense banner. And not really a good roll at that. Okay, how do I do that? Is via the Eagle Eye Mastery. I find that Eagle Eye is the way to go for high-end content at late game, rather than War Master for Geomancer, because this just gives you a lot of leeway for you to min-max your stats, right? Like if you take this, you have enough accuracy, so you can put your stats elsewhere for him to survive. So these are the masteries for Geomancer. Okay, you'll probably be the similar masteries for Iron Twins, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Rejuvenation, very good. I think you just take Rejuvenation will be fine, and Blast Proof. Okay, we want him to survive as long as he can, because he's the main show when fighting the boss. Alright. Did not fully book him. You can opt to fully book him, especially his A1. His A1 is still very good, not only for this boss but also for Hydra. The A2 and A3 needs to be fully booked. Okay, so let's talk about replacement. Geomancer, no replacement. Okay, Volgoth. In the spot of Volgoth, you can put another healer, someone like a Mausoleum Mage. Let's see if I have Mausoleum Mage. I swear I can never find my champions. Okay, let me just go to the index. Mausoleum Mage. Okay, in the spot of Volgoth, Mausoleum Mage. Okay, because he has a cleanse. Okay, 4 turn cooldown, and also heal at the same time. This is a very good skill. Also provides the block debuff. I don't like his block debuff because it's only 1 turn, not enough, but he does provide a 2-turn increased defense, which is useful. Okay, that's one option. Okay, that's one option. Battle Mage. I don't think there's another epic that has her passive, so probably cannot be replaced. Eurogrim is comparable to Bad L, but Bad L is legendary, right? So probably also cannot be replaced as a poisoner, right? Ursula, you can replace her with Tagore. Tagore, I think, is a very good, very close resemblance to her, but Tagore doesn't bring the strengthen buff, which is lacking, right? Where's my Tagore? All right, I have a Tagore. It's not ready for the showcase. So Tagore brings the revive. Has a very strong passive damage mitigation, right? But this only happens when the allies are at 50% or less hit point. Okay, provides an increased speed. I feel like the increased speed is not necessary here, because we are going at a 2-to-1 ratio with the boss already. It's good enough to kill him. Okay, okay, this is whatever. So the closest, I think, is Tagore for Ursula replacement. Man, Ursula, I think it's very hard to find champions that does everything. Okay, she is basically enabling everything. Strengthen, increase defense, decrease attack. These three in place will make sure your team will not die easily. Okay, but sometimes the boss does hit really hard. Okay, I think very rare, on the rare occasion where Geomancer fails to steal the increased attack buff, the 3% resistance. I don't know what kind of Plarium logic is that. The A2 is supposed to steal the increased attack. Sometimes it misses, then the boss will hit really hard. Okay. Urogrim, you can opt to use very good gear on him. You can just follow my stats if required, because sometimes during the said scenario when the boss hits really hard, he would be the last man standing and he still has a chance to finish off the boss. Okay, I've only encountered this like 2 times during the entire run, so that could happen. If you're aiming for a very perfect win rate, then go for this, or else you can just follow my recommended stats for the champion build. Alright, so a bit of a long talk over there. I hope you guys have a good info or a good idea how to build this team. If your roster is not a lot of legendary champions, pay to win champions. Okay, so good luck, and I will see you guys on the next one.